In a bustling city filled with the clamor of daily life, a young man named Leo appeared to have it all. At 28, he held a well-paying job at a prestigious firm, was deeply loved by his supportive parents, and shared his life with a devoted girlfriend. To the outside world, his life seemed enviable, yet inside, Leo struggled with a growing sense of purposelessness. Each day, he felt the heavy burden of maintaining the image of success while trying to fulfill the roles of a good son and a good boyfriend. Over time, this pressure caused him to gradually lose his sense of direction. Every morning, Leo awoke with a heavy heart. He felt an overwhelming emptiness. His life, once vibrant and full of dreams, now felt monotonous and devoid of meaning. He often pondered the very essence of his existence, asking himself the relentless question, "What is the purpose of my life?" His nights were filled with restless thoughts, and he often found himself weeping alone in the dark. The pain of living without purpose grew so intense that he wished each night to drift into a peaceful slumber from which he would never awaken. His days were marred by a profound sense of disorientation and despair, which led him to question whether life held any true significance. One dreary afternoon, while aimlessly wandering through the city's labyrinth of streets, Leo encountered an old friend, Mark, whom he hadn't seen in years. They exchanged pleasantries, and Mark, with his usual infectious enthusiasm, shared his latest endeavor. He was preparing to participate in a volunteer project in a remote mountainous region, where they would build a school for children who otherwise had no access to education. Leo listened with a mix of curiosity and apprehension. The thought of traveling to a remote, potentially dangerous area was daunting. Yet, something about Mark's genuine passion and the gravity of the project struck a chord within him. If the worst were to happen in such a perilous place, it might finally offer him the escape he so desperately sought. Compelled by both a desire for change and the promise of finality, Leo agreed to join the mission. When the day of departure arrived, Leo found himself on a rugged journey into the heart of the mountains. The terrain was challenging and the conditions were harsh, but as they reached their destination, a profound transformation began to unfold. The first sight that greeted Leo was an elderly man with a weathered face and a group of children with bright, beaming smiles. These were the people who lived in the shadow of the mountains, and their faces radiated a warmth that seemed almost incongruous with their surroundings. The poverty of the region was stark, yet the happiness in the eyes of its inhabitants was unmistakable. Leo was taken aback. He had never imagined that such joy could exist in such stark adversity. As the days passed, Leo and the team worked tirelessly to build the school. They labored under the sun, mixed cement, and erected walls, but each evening, they were greeted with the same genuine smiles from the locals. The children, despite their lack of material wealth, had an incredible spirit that seemed to light up the entire mountain. Leo immersed himself in the project, finding solace and purpose in the act of giving. He realized that through this work, he was not just helping to build a physical structure, but was also contributing to the creation of hope and opportunity for those who had little of both. The sense of fulfillment he felt was profound, a stark contrast to the emptiness he had experienced back in the city. The weeks turned into months, and Leo continued to return to the mountains year after year. His involvement in the construction of schools and shelters for the homeless became an integral part of his life. Each visit allowed him to witness the tangible impact of his efforts and to forge deeper connections with the people he had come to cherish. One particular day, as Leo was supervising the construction of a new classroom, a small, timid child approached him. The child, with dirt-smudged cheeks and wide, earnest eyes, shyly extended a small, handmade gift, a simple woven bracelet. With a trembling voice, the child thanked Leo for giving him a place to call home, revealing that he had once been an orphan with no family. Leo, touched by the gesture, knelt down to the child's level. The sight of the child's grateful smile brought a rush of emotions that Leo struggled to contain. He hugged the child gently and, with a soft voice, responded, "Thank you. You've given me more than I could ever give you. You've shown me what it means to truly live." The child's words and the unadulterated joy in his eyes were a revelation to Leo. In that moment, He understood that his purpose was not just about finding meaning for himself, but about enriching the lives of others. The mountains had given him something he had been searching for, a reason to wake up each day with a sense of purpose and hope. As he continued his work in the mountains, Leo found a renewed sense of direction. The trials he faced and the triumphs he celebrated in the remote village shaped his understanding of what it meant to live a life of significance. He discovered that purpose is not something one finds, but something one creates through acts of love, compassion, and dedication. A meaningful life is one lived in service to others, and that in giving, we often find ourselves.